I noticed that my ginkgo seeds had gone moldy in the bag, so there was like this black mold all over them. Oh, come on, focus. Why will it not focus? There we go, sort of. They feel kind of damp too, which is odd. So this is the worst one there was. And I see that, is it this one that's cracked open? There's a couple of them that are cracked open already. This one's cracked open. And there was another one. Some of the seeds have 3 ridges. And others just 2. I don't know if that means anything. This is my first time with ginkgos. Yeah, it's split open. There was another one that was split open on the side too. Was it this one? So what I'm gonna do is, I have these drywall or sanding blocks, whatever you want to call them, sanding sponges. Watching online, what I've seen people most successful with is scratching them open. So I don't know if I can do that with one hand. Let's see here. Oh, sure. Throw it on the floor. Where did I start with this? Here. So they kind of scratch them open. And then they plant them and put them in the fridge. I think that might be enough. Yeah, I don't know. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to scratch these guys all open. And I'm going to put half of them outside in the trailer for the winter. These guys are okay in our temperatures. In the trailer it won't get super duper cold. So I'm going to use my old soil there from my Ficus benjamina repot, and I'm going to get these into soil. I also have the Colorado blue spruce and the giant sequoias and a whole bunch of other various trees as well to start. So I probably won't do all that on camera. Just thought I'd show you these. Hopefully some of them take. Be kind of cool. I wonder if it means anything. I've got a few of them that are 3-sided. There's another one that's 3-sided. I think this one's 3-sided. That's kind of cool. We'll see anyways. Hopefully the mold doesn't affect them. Yeah, so I'm going to get to that. Okay, so I scratched them down. My hands are all dirty. I think I'll put 3 per pot. I'll have to split them up later. And then I'll just cover them up lightly. Water them in real good. And yeah. So I'm going to take 10 out to the trailer and just leave them there so they can have the rest of the winter. And then probably the ones that split open I'll just keep here. I won't even put them in the fridge or anything. And then, yeah, a little bit at a time. No more hot spot on my roof. The snow's staying now. I've got extra insulation in there and I fixed up the pipes. So hopefully that helps all my issues up there. You can see it snowed again. And it's absolutely frigid out here. We had no electricity this morning for a few hours. I came and started the wood stove. I let it burn out now because the electricity is back on. It's nice and warm in here now. Came and watered everything the other day because I actually got called into work. It was kind of nice to get called into work. So we're up to +3, which is what, 38 Fahrenheit. So hopefully that keeps. These dried out really fast. That's odd. Those are my ginkgo seeds. Can't believe how fast those dried out. I just put them in here a few days ago. That's frozen. Oh, no water left in there. I'll have to get some more. I'll come back and drown those a little bit. Yeah, everything's looking good in here. The needles aren't drying out. The buds on my birch are looking really nice. Look at these. Yeah. Everything looks happy for the most part anyway. We'll see how it goes in springtime when everything wakes up. A few months left yet. It's only January. Probably a good 4 or 5 months left. Ooh, I'm stuck. Before we can call it spring. Yeah. So that heater, I haven't seen it yet go lower than -7 Celsius in there with that heater on, so that's not too bad. The wind is picking up now, and yeah. All right. Maybe I'll get some bonsai work done today. Well, my desert rose cutting has bugs. That is an awful scale infestation. Luckily, they're not on either of the other 2 desert rose, the one that Nigel gave me here, or my old one that I got in 2001. And luckily, my ladybug showed up. If I can get it to focus. Focus. There she is, or he. Could be either or. If it focuses, there we go. So it was walking around on the window and I decided to put it on here, and it's already doing its job. So I won't spray this cutting right away. I'll wait a bit and let I think it's an Asian ladybug. Let me take it down here. Pretty sure it's an Asian ladybug. Not sure why it won't focus. Probably because I'm shaking, but yeah, looks like an Asian ladybug. But it's super healthy now, and it's doing the same job as a regular ladybug would. And it's just in the house here, so it won't hurt anything. Yeah, that's a pretty crazy infestation. I'm gonna have to go through with a Q-tip and get all these scale insects off of here. It's probably why the rest of the flowers I had dropped off. Pretty crazy. Scale is the bug of the year this year. Usually it's thrips, knock on wood. Knock on wood. But this year I've been home more, so I'm keeping up with everything. You'll see that some of the plants that I've seen bugs on have diatomaceous earth all over them. So we're using that as a preventative this year. And then there's stuff we can't figure out, like I'm not sure why my azalea is yellow. It did survive being frozen completely solid though, so that might have something to do with it. Yeah. I think today my onions there, those are sea onions, they're flowering like crazy. My Ficus benjamina didn't skip a beat after its pruning and root prune and repot. There's tons of new shoots all over it. You can see my dwarf schefflera is all covered in diatomaceous earth as well. And I'm seeing more scale on it now. I'll have to go and peel some of those off. I'm not sure what we'll trim today. Maybe all of these hibiscus that I have. And then I can decide which one I want to keep. I have another one over here. I think there's just the 2 left of these ones with the fig leaf. And my other one did not survive, unfortunately. But it is what it is. This one hasn't been doing much. I'm not sure why. I'll have to pull it out of here and check it for bugs probably. And I don't know. It's kind of just surviving right now, not really doing much growth. And my lemons, I lost a whole bunch of them. I'm finding scale on them as well. So they really hate scale. Yeah. So they're the next ones I got to debug. I'm not doing that kind of stuff on camera. It's shown quite a lot how to do debugging and stuff like that. And these 2 cuttings, I don't know what kind of ficus these are. If anybody knows, that'd be great. But they're growing like crazy. They're cuttings from my calendar girl. Right here. But they're cuttings from her. And no matter where I take the cuttings from, whether I take them from the original root base or from these grafted pieces, they all look like this. They all look exactly the same. So I'll have to trim those again. They sure grow quick. They get pretty big leaves on them. Yeah. Everything else seems to be doing okay, except for the olives. This one's trying to come back, but when I brought them in the house, they just like keeled over. I don't know. This one here is starting to come back too. But they absolutely hated coming in the house. I don't know what that was all about. Yeah. Anyway, I gotta find something to work on so that I can make an actual video. My triangularis, it's really liking this spot here. It's getting lots of leaves that are almost completely white. Another one over there somewhere. I can't turn it. I don't have the radius to turn it. Oh, my Clementine and my grapefruit, they need to be repotted. Maybe we'll do those. Put them in a slightly larger pot. They dry out really, really quickly in these. Yeah, maybe that's what we'll do. I got more of those cuttings here too. I was going to put them on the turtle, but I changed my mind. This is the Scotland jade, also needs a repot, but you can see the ficus on the turtle died. It's starting to become loose there. I just been tossing seeds in here that I find elsewhere, and then saving all these little seedlings here. So this is a spruce. There's a bunch in here too. Spruce. There's a bunch in here. So them, and and there's these, which there's 2 of them in here, which I've figured out are birch. So those will go on there too. And then I went and gathered cedar seeds and some tamarack seeds, and we'll just throw those on the turtle and just let it grow out naturally. Oh, this lump on the floor. Sheesh. Doesn't even move. I have to step over that lump. Yeah, so I figure if we let it grow in naturally, and then I can put a little scene there later on. Yeah. Okay, I decided to do the repot on my Clementine and my grapefruit. The grapefruit's doing really well. It started growing really good when I brought it in the house. We're starting to lose light outside, so we'll see how it goes. Yeah. Pull up my sleeves here. I'm going to need one of these and one of these. Yes. Okay, so I guess we'll do the grapefruit first. I have enough soil for 1 pot, I think. Oh, I might have enough soil for 2. But I brought some more soil in. It's frozen, so I scraped a bunch off the top and brought some in, but it has to defrost. So we'll just do the grapefruit first. There's some roots visible at the bottom. Oh yeah, there's some good roots there. See if I can bring you in a bit without taking you out of frame too much. There we go. Well, the top's pretty vigorous and the trunk's getting pretty big. Now I'm seeing some shininess on the leaves, so I'll have to check it for bugs. We'll just take this apart. Soil's pretty good. Just used soil I had. So all that stuff at the bottom is literally just the stuff that's at the bottom. It comes off the taproot right at the bottom. Not ideal. We don't really want our root base way down there. Although we could really elongate the trunk if we want to. I don't think I'll do that though. Oh, there's an ant in here. I need to quickly find a container. Oh, we'll just use the Ginkgo bag. She fell down. Poor thing. There you. Get in there. How did you stay in there so long? There we go. I can't put her outside. That's just a garden ant, that one. But I'll ensure she's safe there. Let's see if we can zoom in on her there. black garden ant. She'll be fine in there for a bit. I can't put her outside, but we'll get her. We'll get her safe. See if there's any more. I don't know if she hatched any eggs yet. We'll have to see. I'm not seeing any movement, so she doesn't appear to have had any workers yet. Okay. So there isn't much to rake out. You can see there's a little bit of new growth. And these are really big roots down here. There's some new growth on these big roots. We'll have to do this in stages. I can't just do a big chop on these ones. I think I'll bring it all the way up to here. Right there. So taking that major root mass off. So this is gone with the new roots forming on there. We don't want that. We're gonna force it to develop the root base higher up. So this is the pot it came out of. I'll have to zoom out a little bit. So this is the pot it came out of. And I'm going to upsize it to this pot. So not a huge difference, but I think the tree will benefit from it. I already put some soil in there and wet it a little bit. Now, just check the height. You can see it's just enough for the roots. I won't do any trimming or anything like that. And just put a little bit more soil. I'll use some of its old soil since it's still good. Keep the roots radial. There. Make sure they're all going down into the soil. There's some sticking up there, but that's just because of the way I plopped it down. There we go. Some of its old soil back in there. It's got new soil at the bottom, and I'll put some new soil at the top as well. Simple, quick little repot. You can see this stuff's dry from being in the house. Really dry. Oops. Just water it in a bit. There. All right. We'll call that repotted. You can see it was facing the window. It turns really quickly. Excuse me. So it's got a new shoot here. Looks like there's a new shoot starting here. Looks like there's one at the base of every leaf. That's good. Now, I don't want to cut this back. I actually want it to get taller first before I cut it back. Because I think if I cut it now, it'll start to split too low and I won't get the height of trunk that I want. So I'm just leaving it. Hopefully that's the correct thing to do, but I want it taller. And I think when the first branches, the main branches start to split, I think I want it well above this. Maybe a foot and a half or so. So it's a larger tree. So I get that nice big trunk like Nigel's citrus have. I think that would be ideal. All right, and we'll call this one done. Let me just check the time on the video. Oh, 10 minutes. Took us a whole 10 minutes. Interesting. Okay, I'm gonna put this out of sight here. I'm just going to scoop out a little bit more soil. All right. Water this in because it's really dry. And I should have enough to do to do the second tree. Oh my goodness. That's here to do the second tree. And let's give this a little bit of a water. All right. There we are. Put this aside for now. And look you back down. We'll go over here. I'll put my grapefruit label in the grapefruit pot. All right. What are you guys seeing? That? Okay. So I can zoom you in a little bit. Wrong way. All right. There. So the the clementine is, I can't get it to go like green like the other citrus. It always stays this yellow color. I'm not sure why. A little bit of a root showing at the bottom. We'll see if this one has an ant. Oh, it might. It's got a burrow here. Let's see. Oh, maybe not. Maybe it was just those pill bugs or whatever they're called. Roly-polies. Yeah, well, this one's not too bad. It's got the old taproot there. Let's pull it apart. This one's gripping the soil a little bit more. Oh, this one's got a nice root system. Look at that one. That's pretty nice. Yeah. Let's chop it apart. Actually, same thing. I want to do it in stages when they're this young. So I don't like doing the big, huge chops to the top. So this one, I'll pull off the top root right about there. So it's got lots of roots left, and this is what I've taken off. And then we'll bump it up every time we repot. We'll shorten it until the root base is where we want it. It's got some nice roots starting here up at the top, so it'd be nice to get that worked up there. But this tree is still very, very young, so I'm gonna untangle everything here. These 3 roots up at the top are super nice. They've got lots of branching on them. Oh, wow. Fabulous. All right, let's bring the pot back up here. Pot. Blob of soil. So what we're most concerned about are the roots at the top, because that's that's going to be our root plane, and it's nice. Sorry, the dust from that soil really got me in here. All right, same thing. Use some of the old soil to weigh it down. And make sure that the roots are being worked down into the soil so they flow very nicely, and keeping it radial. And we'll put some of the new soil on top, that dusty new soil. And same thing with this one. I'm not gonna do any trimming to the top. I want it to stay vigorous and grow taller. Before I do any real trimming to it. I don't know if the yellow color is normal or if it'll green up eventually. I'm not sure. All right, that's that. And there's the 2 of them. Oh, put the clementine thing in the clementine thing. So that's the 2 of them there. And I'll put them back on the shelf where I got them from, and we'll go from there. This one though, or maybe even both of them, just gonna go over them with a fine-tooth comb under the light to see if there's bugs on them, or if that's old damage from the previous ones that were on here. And then that's that. Thanks for watching, everybody. Be safe out there.